Gemini, welcome to your reading for the week of January 9th to the 15th. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week ahead. Now keep in mind these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone, so make sure to check out your other placements because you could have messages in those readings as well. All right, my friends, let's get started. For Gemini, what is the energy around the week ahead for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Lots of beautiful cards coming out for you. Let's see. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Peace card in reverse, so that makes me feel like that's really what you need right now, is just peace of mind, finding moments of stillness so that you feel at peace. I feel like there's a lot of divine timing around stuff happening in your life right now, Gemini, and that you're not accepting anything less than the truth about anything. I feel like you're really inquiring about why, trying to understand your motives, others' motives, why certain things happen the way that they have happened. I feel like you're actually coming into a divinely timed regeneration here. I love this card. It's like there's this, it almost feels like a plant is blooming out of ashes and lava. So it makes me really feel like you're the phoenix rising from the ashes here, and that there's a new day dawning for you. And it's like there's something coming to life within you. Something is coming to life, and it's a blessing, and it may actually be an unforeseen, unknown, unexpected blessing, and it's not something that you had to do anything to achieve. Like it's literally a gift from the universe. When you see this blessings card in reverse, it signals that something is about to shift in your life, and it's the only sort of way to label it is a blessing. It's a blessing. It's an unforeseen gift from the universe, and it's bringing you to life. It's reinforcing this truth within you, and you're no longer, I almost feel like you're setting this boundary now where you're like, I am not interested in anything that's inauthentic or that is less than honest. You know, it's like you're just saying no to that. I'm just going to place these cards here so I can look at the rest. But it makes me feel like you're really looking at intention, and you're questioning it almost with a lot of confidence. It feels like you're questioning things with a lot of confidence, because it's like you've just decided, or you've just been sort of awakened to this idea that you don't have to accept anything that you don't want to accept. That if it doesn't feel authentic to you, and if it doesn't feel honest to you, and if it doesn't feel like the intention is for your highest good, or that the intention is rooted in the highest good, then you're over it. Like you're not interested in that, it feels like. And seeing these two cards here are very interesting. It's like your bottom line has changed. You're like, if this doesn't bring me peace, and if this robs me of my peace, then I'm not interested. Like if it doesn't bring me peace, or if it robs me of my inner peace, then I'm out. And I love that, because it's such a healthy boundary to say, my inner peace is worth so much, and the stillness I feel is so valuable that I'm not interested in allowing anything inauthentic to disrupt that feeling. And I feel like you're onto something here. You really shifted something, and it's sort of allowing you to come to a place where you're like, whatever circumstance presents itself to me will pass. And it's like you're not getting hung up on things anymore. There's this beautiful harmony within yourself where you're not looking to the outside world for certainty. You're looking within. And you're finding it within. It's very interesting. This is a new sort of feeling for you, and I really feel like it's a powerful time for you to look for answers and to make choices, knowing what your intentions are, and sort of understanding that there is this immense potential for growth awakening within you, Gemini. And it's right on time. It's right on time. This is divinely timed right now. And notice, I just noticed now that these two cards, card 30 and 31, are laying next to each other, for goodness sakes. So you're really on a process here. Like you're moving quickly towards something, and it's very interesting. There is this divine timing here that is bringing you to a place that's allowing you to relax and to trust that there's nothing to fear and that you won't run out of time to do anything. And I think you get that. There's almost this blessing, this miracle, this gift from the universe that's yours, and it's yours and it can't be missed. And it's amazing because I feel like right now your journey is going to be filled with all kinds of synchronicities, blessings, and truths, you know, that you're not even going to recognize this year ahead. It's very interesting. Yeah, a lot of synchronicities, blessings, and truth are definitely here in these messages for you. Now, let's jump into the tarot cards and see what messages will reveal for you. It's very interesting. It's like a brand new pathway has opened up, and it's just so filled with blessings, and you're here for it. You are here for it. Okay, Gemini. The energy around Gemini has really shifted in the last 2 years. Like, leave me some comments below if you have placements in Gemini and you've noticed that your whole life path has really taken a turn in the last 2 years. And within you, it's been because of changes within you. It's very interesting. Let's have a look here. What's coming to life for Gemini? There's the Hangman coming out. So really looking at things from a new perspective, really surrendering to the path ahead. Now, seeing the Hangman in reverse tells me that as you're looking at this new perspective, as you're looking at things from this new perspective, there may be a part of you that's a little resistant, maybe not completely trusting the process, because you're still asking why. You're still on the hunt for motivation. You want to understand why this is happening. You want to understand a lot of things still. So I think the Hangman's in reverse because you haven't completely surrendered. You're still sort of asking some questions and wanting to discover some things without completely just surrendering. And I almost feel like that's okay. You know, honestly, I almost feel like that's okay because I think that as you question, you're getting answers. And we see the Five of Cups. So I think one of the potential answers for you, Gemini, is that a lot of past emotional baggage has been coming to the surface for you to release it. And I think you have. When I see this Five of Cups, I feel almost like as you've been asking why, it's like your subconscious has been like, this is why. Because we've been overly focused on loss and rejection and feeling like disappointed by people. You know, it's interesting. It's like, that's why I feel like seeing the Hangman in reverse, it's actually okay for now, because I feel like you have surrendered quite a bit, and you have sort of, you know, you've tied yourself to the tree of knowledge in order to understand things, and you're upside down. So this is what the card looks like upright. So you're really looking at things from a different perspective, and it's just that you're still asking why. You still want to do some investigation to understand things within. And I feel like what's coming up is some emotional wounds that need to be healed, that might be the truth of why. There's that Nine of Cups in reverse, again, coming up with this idea that, okay, so I've been overly focused on loss, and I've been overly focused on wanting instant gratification and wanting my desires met right now, or maybe not even being clear on what your desires have been. And sometimes when we're not clear, then it's difficult for those desires to actualize because you're not certain what they are, you're not focused on them. It feels like to me you're understanding the truth behind some self-sabotage here. We're focusing on things that were, disappointing or felt like a loss, felt like rejection, that you realize that is not serving you, and that it's actually led to having more experiences where you feel unsatisfied and that your desires are going unmet. Now we see the Death card coming out in reverse. So again, I feel like this transformation is happening, Ace of Pentacles, and yet you might still be in the grips of trying to figure it out. Like, you are an air sign, Gemini, so you have a need to understand things because you're highly intellectual. That's where your understanding of the world comes from, the mind, right? And you're also very sort of able to see things from lots of different perspectives, which is why I don't feel like the Hangman in reverse is challenge for you. This is where you're comfortable. You like to be in a position where you can look at things from different perspectives and understand the truth and see where things could be different. But it's almost like this reading is saying, I got you. You don't have to do this. Just trust me. It's like the energy is saying, you're not going to be able to even imagine what's coming next when I see this blessing card with regeneration. And so you're still trying to sort it out, but that's where we're seeing this King of Wands energy, where you're trying to sort things out in the in sort of like in the hardest way, where there's this message coming through for you to say, work smarter, not harder. Do you know what I mean? And that's not an insult at all. I actually think it's going to lead to you really feeling secure and grounded. And it's going to bring in this new timeline where your identity is solid. You understand yourself. So keep doing what you're doing, but try to surrender a little bit more every day. And trust that the more you surrender, the more all of this questioning will sort of answer itself. Your subconscious already is on top of this when I see the High Priestess, but you might need to tune into it a little bit more instead of tuning into your mind. Tune into your intuition, tune into your subconscious. What is your subconscious telling you? Ask your subconscious why. It's very interesting. We see here the Three of Cups in reverse. So I think, again, lots of emotions about everything. Your whole experience feels like it's shifting on the emotional level, and you're processing stuff from the past that has let you down and let you feel unsatisfied, and you're trying to understand even relationships in your life and why they have gone the way they've gone. And at the end of the day, I feel like saying to you, the worst is over here, Gemini. 10 of Swords. Worst is over, and you're now ready for this regeneration. This card represents Gemini, the 10 of Swords. And to me, this 10 of Swords is the lava and the burning soil here. This earth that's scorched is the 10 of Swords. And this plant that's blooming from the scorched earth is you ready to rise up again and to look at things and realize that everything passes and that there's a major blessing here for you. And yet another indication here that you're sort of surrendering moments where you may have felt misunderstood, where you felt like you couldn't make people understand your point of view. And it's almost like now you're like, okay, So they didn't understand it. That's on them. That has nothing to do with me. People come to the table with the skills, resources, knowledge, and openness that they have. And if you're speaking about something and someone doesn't understand you, that's on them. And that's okay. They don't have to understand you. Maybe they'll understand you next month or next year. Or maybe once they've experienced something that brings it to a head, they'll understand you. Do you know what I mean? And you don't have to, it's like you're saying to yourself, that's not my circus, not my monkeys. Do you know what I mean? It's very interesting. Seeing the star card here for you coming out. And that makes me feel like you're healing, you're regenerating, you're bringing in a new vibe here, Gemini, and I love every second of it. I really feel like you're creating this with your ability to actualize things. It's like you've realized that you have this ability, and you're going to be celebrating this year. Four of Wands, you're going to be celebrating as you move into this new timeline. This looks like a finish line, doesn't it? And I feel like you're moving towards that finish line, and it's like you're getting yourself there one step at a time. One step at a time. We see the Two of Swords here, and it's like you're needing to sort of just pick a direction. I don't think that there's a lot here for you to feel worried about, but I can't help but wonder if there is a part of you that's still processing sort of a mental conflict, if you will. But this almost makes me feel like you just have to consciously and mindfully choose your path, and then no looking back. You know what I mean? When I see that Two of Swords, it's like a conscious decision has been made, you know, mindfully and with a lot of awareness. You've made this decision, or you're making this decision, and you understand that you have all the tools to take this journey. And there's the Page of Pentacles. So don't procrastinate. This page is reminding me of this idea that when you're giving birth to a new concept or a new idea, and something's just coming to life, it needs your investment. It needs your dedication. It needs you to nurture this new beginning. It's a little seedling. Right? It's a little seedling. It needs attention. It needs water. It needs sunshine. It needs what it needs. And so nurture it. Nurture this new idea that you have. Defend it. Defend it, nurture it, protect it. Don't let anything take away your power here. Don't let anything take away your power. You've just realized your power. Don't let anything take it away. Don't let anything make you feel chained or trapped, or that it's taking away your power, you know? And I think the thing that takes your power away is when you react instead of respond, when you lose this inner peace, when you see things as being terminal instead of expansive, when you see things as being outside of the idea that change is constant. So whatever is going on will eventually pass. Everything does. And it regenerates into something else, just like you are right now. So don't let anything take your power, Gemini. And don't miss the signs. You know, we're seeing the Four of Cups here on the bottom of the deck. So, you know, don't focus overly too much on being out of the present moment. I know you're processing stuff from the past, but you also have to stay grounded in the present, because you could miss a sign, you could miss something happening around you right now with this Four of Cups kind of giving you that guidance to say, heads up, you know, stay in the present moment and nurture this new idea instead of overly focusing on the past. Yeah, because there's so many blessings coming in for you, Gemini. And you just need to be here for it. You need to be in the present moment to receive all of this guidance and truth and synchronicity that's happening around you. Don't let anything take your power. And if it is taking your power, have a look at it. Why is it taking your power? How is it taking your power? Right? Have a look at it. shadow work. Be honest with yourself about everything here, because I don't think you would accept anything less than that. Okay, let's see. To close your reading, Gemini, let's see what messages you've got. Bottom of the deck. Wow, I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so we're seeing the message here of fire and holiday. I love that. And bottom of the deck, we're seeing manifestation. So I really do feel like you are actualizing a lot of these manifestations right now. This is happening. And it's going to be like out of nowhere vibes. You're going to feel this blessing come. This is double confirmation now. This fire card is telling me that Aquarius received this card as well. This fire card is telling me that you're setting fire to things that no longer need to be in your energy. And that fire is actually fueling this. There's so much interesting imagery in this reading. That fire is actually fueling this new beginning. Remember when I said that this felt like scorched earth? There's the fire. There's the fire that scorched the earth here, Gemini. And it's interesting because I feel like you needed to set that fire, or that fire needed to be set, because it's like it's time to release things that are taking away your power. Notice how the magician is above the devil here. And between the magician and the devil, we just have conscious choice and staying in the present moment. That's all you need is conscious choice, stay in the present moment, and actualize your new path through manifestation, through visualization, through releasing the past. These blessings are coming in. Now, this holiday card is an intriguing one. It's come up for a few signs last week when I was doing the New Year's readings. And it's an interesting card because when I say the term holiday, what comes to mind for you? It makes me feel like you're really moving through things that cause discomfort, and this idea of attachment to emotional experiences from the past. That's what this card makes me feel. And to see it come up with fire, I can't help but think that for someone out there listening, you must set fire to those images and memories because they no longer serve you. And by setting fire to them, you're actually creating the foundation for this new emerging pathway. What a fascinating reading for you this week, Gemini. Never a dull moment for you, Gemini. Very interesting. I'm going to leave it at that. I hope this reading has resonated and been helpful. If it has, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. If you would like a personal reading, you can find that information in the description below. And as always, I'm sending you so much love and light, my friends. Looking forward to reading for you again. Take care.